thank you for joining me here on FlossTube for my FlossTube number 4. It is the end of April and I'm going to catch up with all my whips and give you the news and what I have worked on and what I haven't worked on, and please do forgive the attire. I wasn't really planning on doing a video tonight, but my husband's gone out, he's in a band, he's gone off to play his guitar and I didn't realise he was going to be out tonight, so I've grabbed the opportunity to spend some stitchy time with you here, my friends, on FlossTube. So thank you for joining me. Yeah, so I've had quite a busy week at work this week. I've been in 2 days and then I've had some first aid training for the week as well. Quite a lot to get into a day. The emergency first aid at work. We learned about choking and scalds and electric shocks and being in shock and fainting and bleeding and all sorts of things. CPR, unresponsive casualties, such a lot. So it has been quite tiring. And CPR, when you're doing the chest compressions and the breaths, is quite energetic. Even on your knees, it's like, oh. So yes, that's what I've been doing this week, hence hairs up and just... And then today we did the medgas training. So I'm now also trained to administer oxygen to casualties. Yeah, that was quite intense as well. When you would use oxygen and why, and when wouldn't you, and learning about the difference with heart attack and cardiac arrest and COPD and all sorts of different things. So yeah, it was a lot to take on and my head is absolutely buzzing with it all. Hoping never to have to use it, but I do think it's a real skill to learn. I actually think it should be part of the school curriculum so that when the teenagers learn how to do basic first aid, or when you're on your antenatal as well with the paediatric choking and things like that. So it is a real skill to have and I'm really pleased that I did it. Just, yeah, don't really want to be put into the situation where I have to use it, but here we are. Right, so stitchy wise, this is what I've been up to until the end of April. I hope you've had lots of stitchy time too. Do let me know what you're working on because I'd always love to hear. So yes, here we are. Now, I didn't get as much stitching done as I wanted in April, but I do have a finish, woo! And I do have a new start. So if you've watched my FlossTubes before, then you may well know which new start it is. So if you do guess right, then 10 out of 10 for you, and pat yourself on the back and have a little treat. Treat yourself to a cake or some sweets or even a little bit of fizz, why not? So yes, April's update is probably going to be fairly short, but yeah. We can only do what we can do sometimes, and I do have Monty Dog here with me as well. He is a cockapoo. He is very, very friendly and likes to say hello to all the birds and any squeaks and knocks and things that happen in the house. So you may well hear him as well. Sometimes he scratches the carpet as well to make it, I don't know, a little bit fuzzy before he sits down. I don't know what that is all about. So you might hear him doing a little bit of scratching as well. So let's get on to the first whip. So firstly, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's do the bright red Dandelion kit. Just move my needle minder out of the way a little bit. So here is a picture of where we left it at the end of March. And here is where I am up to now. There we go. So I got quite a bit done, I think, this time with all of the green and a bit more purple in the detail down the side here. Really enjoy stitching this one. And this is the picture of what it's going to look like when it is finished. I see that. In fact, let me get my glasses on so that I'm not scowling again. Oh, I get some new glasses at the weekend. I can't wait. It's always a treat to get a couple of new pairs of glasses, and I think it's going to really help me because I have been straining a little bit with my eyesight recently, and I've noticed quite a difference when I'm stitching. I don't wear these glasses when I'm stitching. They're just like pound shop reading glasses that I picked up for £1 in the pound shop, funnily enough. And they're a little bit more magnified than my usual everyday glasses. So that's what I wear to stitch, and I really did notice a difference. So I went to get my eyes tested. I didn't realise how long ago it was that I got them last done, and it was 3 years. Doesn't time fly? I couldn't believe it. So I was well due an eye appointment, and I'm going to collect my new glasses on Sunday, and so I will have some new sparklers to show you next time we're on. So yes, so this kit is stitched on a red Aida, and it is a 16 count kit, and it's got so much beautiful detail, and it is very dimensional, this stitch. So when I show you that again, hopefully the screen will pick it out, but the pink bits here have 3 strands, and the green bits as well have 2 or 3 strands, plus then we've got some half stitches in the background as well. So hopefully the lighting will be good enough for you to see that. So it's coming along, isn't it? Now, during April, I stitched for 7 hours, 55 minutes. So altogether, so far, this kit has had 26 hours and 40 minutes stitching time altogether. So not bad at all. A lovely little kit, really nice. And I do put this on a Q-snap to stitch as well, and then I take it off every time that I stop stitching, and I fold it away. I am getting that quite deep fold. That was in it when I started. I did iron it before I started stitching, but that fold has definitely stayed, so I may need to press that out again before I stitch that side. All right, so that was pretty good going, 7 hours 55. So what else did I spend some time doing? I spent some time stitching the 4 Seasons kit. So here is a picture of where I left it at the end of March. And here is where I am up to now. So I have worked down this section here during April, and because it was Easter, I really enjoyed stitching that nest of eggs on Easter weekend. And what I thought was a stick in the bird's mouth last month turns out is a pink worm. So as I was stitching that took me by surprise. I thought that's even cuter than a stick, because I thought the bird was building the nest and bringing a stick. But no, he's come to feed the little popped out chick out of the egg. And we've got a pink and red ladybird. And I love that rainbow stripe there. I don't know if everywhere has these sorts of sweeties, but in the UK you can get some fizzy strips and it looks exactly like that. And as I was stitching it, it really made me smile because I quite like fizzy sweets. So I thought, not only is it a rainbow to make us smile, but also that sweet treat as well. We've also had the addition of 2 March hares or 2 Easter rabbits, whichever, and 2 lovely flowers at the side, daffodils I think, popping out from the grass. And the tree, I can't remember if I finished the tree last time, but if not, then I've obviously finished that tree and the sky detail and blossom detail behind there as well. I think I had stitched that and gone across to the bird last month. So this month has been 9 hours 3 minutes, and altogether since January, so since the middle, has been 39 hours, 51 minutes altogether. But I had already started this side before I started my FlossTube channel. So that's that one, and it's really colourful and beautiful motifs, and they are like little finishes when you finish a motif like that. It's lovely. And I did try and get in to show you this bit here. I did add a very small year onto that egg there because I wanted to add in the year of stitch. So that's that, and this one will look like that when it's finished. So not much more to go now. Just got this bottom bit here to complete. So you never know. No, I'm not going to promise. I was going to say you never know, end of May might be a finish, but no, I didn't say that. Shh, I didn't say it. No, I think when you look at it again, there are 2 half sections to do. So no, not a May finish. There we are. And this is on a 14 count white Aida. And I actually stitched this one in hand. I don't add it onto a frame. It's quite a stiff Aida. And when I got the kit, I wasn't really that much back into cross stitch. I just fancied doing it because I was recuperating and I couldn't diamond paint, so I couldn't sit upright properly. So I got a cross stitch kit from Shane and started cross stitching, and then caught the bug again and ended up buying more frames and more kits and more charts and just more of everything. So that was that one, right. Okay, so the kits I haven't worked on this month are my flamingo. It's not been bright and sunny enough when I've had time to stitch. So no, that's still as it was at the end of March. And I haven't worked on my Libra lady either. And she was one of my favourites at one time. But now I'm still in a quandary about the sky and whether to change up that light blue. So I keep looking at her and then putting her down and thinking, no, I haven't made my mind up yet. So I think I've just been procrastinating a little bit on that one. And I really need to get her out during May. And get going with her again and just make a decision, or just continue and then see where we go after that point. So there we go. Those are the 2 kits I've not worked on. However, I have worked a lot on one kit to get a finish. Which one is it? Did you guess? Here it is. All Things Grow with Love, and it was the stitch along from the Historical Sampler Company, and I did keep up because I did stitch quite comprehensively on this one. So this one I stitched April 20 hours and 4 minutes. Now I haven't ironed it, I'm very naughty, do forgive me. And if I hold it up, it's on linen. It's not too bad actually in this light, but I will get a sneak preview of my new start here, and I'll pop it on the back there so that you can see a bit better the final result of the stitch along All Things Grow with Love. Do you know, I'm going to peg it on and then I can show it properly because I am quite proud of it. It's my first finish. And I was absolutely determined to get it finished during April. Right, here we go. There we are, that's a bit better, isn't it? So that is the, no, oh gosh, there we are. So that is the finished result of the stitch along sampler, All Things Grow with Love, and I did leave the lettering out because I was thinking about putting a date or some other wording in there, and in the end I thought, you know, it suits the design, so I left it in, and I think it's quite subtle with all of the different colourways in here with the birds and the symmetry. Not quite sure why these two birds are facing out when all of the others are facing in, but I left it as was. And I really like it, and I'm really pleased that it's on linen. I just need to decide what to do about the finish, whether to frame it, whether to make it into a cushion, what to do with it really. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it though, really super. And I did add a date here at the bottom. I wanted to mark my first stitch along as 2024, and I just made up those. I got the chart and plotted the numbers, and I thought it fit really well there, and it's not too much in your face, but it's always going to be that memory of the year I stitched this. Yeah, so 20 hours 4 minutes spent during April, and altogether this stitch took me 45 hours 39 minutes. So not too bad at all. I think the hardest bit really is counting in between the motifs, and I did make that bird a bit thinner. If you remember, I went slightly wrong, but because it was the middle bird and I did copy my mistake for that side so it's still symmetrical, I thought I'll get away with that, it's fine. And I think it has. I don't think, if I'd not admitted it, I think I'd have got away with it without you knowing. You experienced stitchers out there might say, no you wouldn't. So there it is, really, really good. And it came as a kit with the linen and all the threads, and the patterns came out in a series of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I did stitch this on a Q-snap. And yeah, just needs a little bit of a press and I decide what to do with it. So really pleased with that. So I'll just fold it back up. Oh, and I still had the fraying going on. That side wasn't too bad because it was the end, but yeah, quite a lot of fraying. And I did stitch it with my handheld sewing machine, but yeah. I think in future I might look for fabrics that are already finished at the edges, or as you'll see in a minute, I will spend some time stitching down the edge. So that's exciting. I'm so pleased. In FlossTube, must be 4, I'm sure I'm on FlossTube 4 now because I started in January, to have a finish. And I have been looking for some smaller cross stitch to do because I want something that's quick and on the go, but I'm always drawn to the big things, as you'll see in a minute. So my new start is in this. So I've got a pillowcase to protect it. Which one is it? If you've watched my FlossTubes before, you probably can guess. It is my, oh my goodness, it's a bit crumpled. It is my Zodiac Circle from VIVSTERS, the lovely Vivian on Etsy, and she has got her own website. Her website is fantastic. Do go there if you're interested in her charts. Right, I'm going to hold it up against the pillowcase. It is huge. Let me just show the back because I have folded it. This is a new Q-snap frame I bought because it's a bit bigger. And to be honest, it took quite a lot of getting on. Hence, I also bought these clips from Amazon. I will put them in the link below if you want to see those. But this was the best I could do to get all of that fabric in a frame. So I'm leaving it on the frame rather than moving it every time I stitch, because it would just put me off getting this stitch out. So I think, so my reason of putting it in a pillowcase is to try and keep it protected. And when I stitch it, I'm not doing a very good job of explaining this, I do apologise, but when I stitch it, I leave the pillowcase on bit like this. Let me just show you this before I show you completely. So I stitch it holding it with the pillowcase so that I'm not putting my grimy finger marks on the side here. So, got a bit of a thread there. So that's how I'm holding it. And then this hand is underneath, so it doesn't really matter about the underneath. Right, let me get this pillowcase on and finally show you, without moving it about, what it actually looks like and how much I've done. Right, let's show you my new start. Oh, I am sorry, I'm trying to get the pillowcase on the back so we don't get any shine through, but we are getting some. I need to get a lot more practiced at this. I do apologise, and I do at this point want to say thank you so much. If you leave comments and tips and tricks for me on the comments, thank you so much, because I really appreciate constructive feedback. I always want to try and improve for you and show things better or describe things better. If I'm leaving out details and things, please do let me know, and I will try to give you a better idea of what I'm stitching. So here it is. This is the Zodiac Circle. Started in the middle, so we've got a quarter of the circle, inner circle here. And you'll see it is a sunshine. So the sunshine goes down the first half and then the moon goes to the other half. And I will put a photo on screen now so you can see what it's going to look like when it's finished. So it is a big piece, this one, bigger than I thought when I ordered it, and I love it. Really, really love it. I am stitching this one 1/1 full cross for the first time, and I love it. It gives a really fine, smooth finish. And I did try stitching 2 strands half stitch, but I definitely prefer the fineness of the full cross. So I will definitely do more of that. I find it so easy with 1 strand, not having to untwist it and things at the time. Really great. So this one has taken, so far, 6 hours and 2 minutes. And if you look at that and think, 6 hours, 2 minutes, I did have to re-stitch that part of the sun ray. I went completely wrong. It didn't join up with the circle, and I did ponder for a little while in a grump whether to leave it or not, but because the prongs are all the same, I thought I really do have to pull it out and redo it. So I did. I huffed and puffed and scowled a lot and and then thought, come on, get a grip, just do it again and don't think about it anymore. And I'm pleased I did now. I really am pleased I did. So yes, that took a little bit longer. And I was quite distracted because I was watching FlossTube. I have to give a call out to Heidi, the potty mouth stitcher. She is so lovely and I really enjoy her videos. The thing with watching FlossTube is that I think I'm just too nosy about what people are doing, and so I'm forever looking up to see the whips and things, and when I'm doing a count it distracts me a little bit. So that was the reason. So Heidi, it's all your fault. So yes, if you haven't caught Heidi's FlossTube videos, look for the potty mouth stitcher and give her a view. I'm going to do a shameless plug now because my sister has a new book out. It's on Kindle at the moment and it's going to be in paperback from November, and it is available in the Audible version. So I think I'm going to switch my reading and listen to it while I cross stitch rather than watch FlossTube, and then I'll keep my FlossTube viewing for when I can properly watch, because it is quite distracting looking up and wanting to be nosy basically and see what everybody else is stitching, and I think that's why sometimes I go wrong in my own. So yes, if you're interested in listening or reading my sister's new book, it is a thriller and it is called The Vanishing of Joni Blackwood by Lisa Rooks. So have a look. I'll put a link in the description box below for you to easily find it if you want to. So here is my new start, and I'm really looking forward to being able to work on this a lot more during May. We've got a May Day coming up, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to maybe get a full day stitching. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? However, we do have to do other practical things like find a new house, because we have sold this house and we need to find somewhere else to live. So that's taking a little bit of time. It's one of my hobbies, looking at houses for sale, you know, just online, not going around and visiting, because that would be a waste of people's time. But I do like to have a good nosy, basically. I am nosy after all. And yeah, when you're actually looking for your next home, it's a very different kettle of fish, isn't it? And we're, struggling to find somewhere. So we might have to do some house viewings on the May bank holiday, but hopefully it'll still leave plenty of time for stitching. If you've got any tips of the better way to keep all of this fabric away, because I've just sort of folded it over as best I can. You can see, maybe, I did say that I would show you what I did on the edges, because I stitched down 2 edges with this pink thread to try and stop it fraying, but it's all tucked away now and I can't show you. I don't really want to undo it all. So sorry, I won't be able to show you that at all, but I did whip stitch down 2 sides to try and help that fraying problem. Yes, so if you've got any tips on how I can fold the edges a bit better, then do let me know. And I know that there are grime guards available, aren't they? I don't know if you can get them in this bigger frame size though. I've only seen the smaller ones really, hence why I'm using the pillowcase as a bit of a grime guard while I'm stitching. So bundle all that away, and that's all I've got to show you this month. I don't think I've bought anything new, did I? Did I show you the owl? I think I did show you the owl last time from Thread Geeks. I'll go and grab it in case I didn't. I can't remember if I showed you this or not, but I heard a rumour that Anne Stokes kits were going to be discontinued from Thread Geeks. So this one was for sale on eBay and I grabbed it basically because I love that design with the owl in the circle with the stars holding the pendant there, and here are all the threads. Very, very blue, this kit, very blue indeed. Lots of different shades, light blues and teals and dark blues in there, but I thought that was great, and that is on an 18 count Aida. I think it'll be white. Sorry for any crackling a minute. Okay, so yes, it is a white Aida. There we are. Not too big, is it? It is a full kit though. It is a full stitch. So I look at it and think that's not that big really. It's going to end up as a 10 by 10. I wonder how confetti heavy this one is. I'm thinking, that one might not take that long. What am I like? I always think that, and then they take forever, don't they? Anyway, that is my Thread Geek kit, and I do actually have to start this one soon. It is another Anne Stokes kit by Thread Geeks, and it's my dragon kit to start in the year of the dragon. So I need to start that, don't I? I really do need to start that. I think I need to buy a new frame for that one as well, because it is a biggie. And it might be good to keep that on a frame. So, yeah, I think I might get a frame this month for that. With the aim of maybe starting it, should we say June? At least then I've got 6 months in the year. Loose plans. Oh, and I did also get some fabric, and this is, oh, it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. It is from River Hut Designs on Etsy, and I asked for an 18 by 18 piece. It's called Misty Meadows, and it's 32 count Murano. And no, it isn't like the Emperor's New Clothes. You're not, you know, I have taken it out of the packet. It's not that it's invisible. Oh dear, so here we are. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm hoping the camera will pick up the colour of this. Oh, I think actually it's not done a bad job at all. Misty Meadows with the pale blues and sagey greens in that fabric piece. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Do you know, I'm going to try and put it on the pillowcase to see if that helps it even more. Oh, it is gorgeous. I've definitely got a chart ready for this one. Can we see that even better, or is that worse? I think it's worse actually. Isn't it lovely? And the edges are all finished already. So good. And I don't know which way round to have the fabric yet, but this is a plan for another day, and there is a full story to go with what this fabric is for. And I think when it comes to the time to get prepared to stitch this one, because I still haven't decided on the colour yet, I might do a video all of its own with the story of what is happening with this fabric and why. So do subscribe if you're interested in following my progress on all my kits, but particularly if you want to hear the story of what this is all about. I did originally want a sage fabric, and Misty Meadows I thought might have been a bit more sage than blue, so that's why I'm now thinking, oh, colour wise not quite sure, but I do love it. So I'm not disappointed. I think I just need to think of the colour in a different way. So yeah, that is it for this month. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing my progress and my not so great progress on 2 of the kits. And as I said, I hope you've enjoyed your own stitchy time. Do let me know, how many kits are you working on? How many things have you got on the go? Because I feel like I've got quite a lot, but really I don't, compared to a lot of people. So I hope you keep well through May. Enjoy your May Day celebrations if you're having them. And let's hope we get some sunshine in the UK, because at the moment it's still quite drizzly and rainy, and we just want a bit of sunshine, please. So until next time, have fun, take care and keep stitching. Bye everyone, bye.